Hey, I'm KK, and I'm new at Rally. I'm in the novice, or the beginning level, and I'll show you some of the signs that we'll be doing at our next party that will be in the novice course. My friend here, Sebastian, has been doing Rally a lot longer than I have, so he's more advanced. And we really hope you'll be able to join us at our party. We're going to have corn dogs and crudite and cola, and we're going to have lots of fun trying out some new rally moves. You don't even have to know what it is or have any experience in rally to come. In fact, you can just come and enjoy the corn dogs and just watch some other people try it. But it is super fun, and there'll be lots of beginners there probably too. So, you don't have to know all the things on this video, but they are the signs that we're going to be trying out for the novice level, so in case you want to watch it and see what your goal could be down the line for them, you can try it out at home before you come.
We'll also have a few more advanced signs for those of you who are involved in rally and have been doing it a while, and we'll put those on a separate video. But the thing is, for everyone else who's never tried rally or is just getting started or is just curious, come on. You don't have to know any of this stuff just to find out what this wonderful sport is about.
Things that I used to do. Lord, I won't do no
One of my favorite things about rally is that my owner can talk to me and give me encouragement all through the course, whether we're in a class or if we're in a competition. Of course, in hardcore obedience, they're not allowed to do that. Here's some other people that love rally. They started out like us where they'd never done anything before, and then they found themselves at the nationals. Go figure. Even pugs can do it.
I love rally. I think it's the greatest thing ever, and so happy that AKC will let all-American dogs participate.
And I've always taught little doodles to my dog, so when rally came out, I jumped in there with my dogs.
We get to talk and interact. I get to encourage him more and cheer him on.
And I thought rally would be a good way to learn teamwork, to work together.
She enjoys the teamwork with me. She likes doing things with her owner, and she likes learning, because dogs have a lot of emotional and a lot of intelligence, and they enjoy learning too.
Get him. Good job.
An honor to be able to qualify for this, and it's the first AKC National we've done.
And he's my first ever competition dog. And for him to take me where we are now, I'm getting goosebumps.
This is just awesome. I still can't take it all in.
Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter if you've got the best champion bloodlines or Sadie from the Humane Society. Every dog can do it, and every dog can have fun.
Work with your dog to get focused, make it happy, make it joyful, and tell them what a good dog that they are working with. And work with an AKC club. They'll teach you. They know the rules.
So all you need to bring is yourself, maybe a friend or two, your dog, who is wearing an appropriate collar and leash. Don't want any prong collars or choke collars, and the collar should be like a buckle collar or those quick clasp nylon collars. And then you need to bring some treats. Lastly, make sure that you bring any records of his vaccinations, and so that he's up to date on his rabies shots and all that good stuff. And finally, if your dog is the kind of dog that likes to eat other dogs or eat other people, maybe this is not the best environment for them until they work out their issues on their own. So the first sign you see on a course is the start sign.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Forward.
Are you ready? We're ready. Forward.
It's not required that I be sitting at the start, but it's recommended. Then you'll hear the judge say, "Are you ready?" And then my owner, she will make sure that I'm making eye contact with her before she says yes.
Ready.
Forward.
Ready.
Forward.
She says, "KK, forward." And she steps out on her left foot at an easy pace.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Forward.
Sign number 23 is straight figure 8, weave twice. You'll see 4 cones, and you'll enter the cone always on the right side. Then you'll weave around to the left, then to the right. Then you'll go around that 4th cone. Then you'll come back and weave through backward. So basically, we've turned around and we're headed back where we started.
So it's really important to take your time with this sign. You don't want to rush it. Also, you can sort of use your shoulders to cue, so I'll know if you're about to go right or left around the cone. When you go right around that last cone, the 4th cone, you want to kind of encourage me and really keep my attention because, you know, it's real easy for me to get distracted and see something else. And then when you're turning left around the cone and I'm on the inside, you might want to slow down just a little bit. And be careful that you don't bump into a cone because then that would get minus points in your score. So here's a picture of what the course will be for the party, for the novice level. And as you walk from sign to sign, you'll need to stay in a loose leash on the owner's left side, walking along. And sometimes people hold the leash in their left hand and some in their right hand. It really depends on what you prefer. My owner likes to have the left hand free to give signals, but traditional obedience would be in the left hand. So really, it's just what you want to do for rally.
Okay. Dancing beat. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Let me get you on your dancing beat. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Let me get you on your dancing beat.
So a left turn is a little tricky.
Yes.
But since I'm on the inside of the turn, you're going to need to slow up and shorten your stride and take smaller steps so that I stay in heel position.
And your footwork is very important too. so that I know what's about to happen. What you do is you plant your left foot, then you take your right foot to form a letter T, then you swing 90 degrees on your
dancing feet. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Get you on your dancing feet. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again.
You can cue by looking into the turn where you're headed to the left. Plus, you can bring your left shoulder back a little bit.
If you want a little tip, you can take the leash and put a collar behind your legs and to your right hand. Then, as you turn, the leash kind of acts as a lever, pulling me a little bit around to the left tightly. Of course, you can't do that in competition, but this is a nice training tip. You also want to make sure that I don't rush ahead or crash into your leg or lag behind. So the next sign you'll see in the party is a change of pace sign.
Change of pace signs are really fun. You can have slow or fast or normal. Slow means you move slowly enough so that the dog is walking. Normal is your dog is trotting comfortably. And fast means you almost jog, or jog if you have a big dog, so that I'm running or trotting at a very fast pace. For the slow pace, make your steps a little smaller and stand up straighter. For the fast pace, use a longer stride with your torso tilted forward just a bit.
Our owner always makes us do this Spectre salsa, where we get random treats and the music slows down and speeds up. I think it's a really fun way to learn healing. Since I never know when that treat is going to come, I'm always watching.
Treat. Treat. All right, now we're going to change up the pace. Slow. Treat. 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 Fast. Treat. Treat. Treat.
Here's an example of a person in a fast pace switching back to a normal pace.
Okay, dancing feet. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again.
Now here's an example of a slow pace, then going back to a normal pace. For the slow pace, you can make your steps a little smaller and you can stand up a little straighter. And then when you're going for a fast pace, you can kind of lean forward or tilt forward a bit. Of course, what is a normal pace for me is going to be different than for a Great Dane. And my owner is only 5 feet 4 inches, but maybe a 6 foot tall man might have a different stride. Let's watch that change from fast pace to normal pace one more time. In fact, when you slow down to normal pace, you might even slow down a bit more to get ready for this next sign, which is the 270-degree right.
The 270-degree right is essentially a fancy left turn. It's not a tight pivot-like turn, but it should not go extremely wide. My owner likes to use a hula hoop on the ground so that I have to keep the circle a little bit smaller. Now, you're going to be walking along, hopefully at a slow enough pace now. You slowed down enough. And then you give the cue with a slight movement of the left shoulder forward. And you can say right, if that's a word you use. Or you could say around, if that's what a word you use. But you're going to turn to the right. Your dog will stay in a heel position on your left, not lag behind. Sometimes my owner will throw a treat or a toy ahead to get me to hustle ahead a bit.
Hi, I'm Macintosh, and I haven't even started Rally yet. But I do know how to do sign 6, because for all of our parties, sign 6 will be silly sign 6. And you're going to have to do something that is totally not an AKC rally sign. It could be just a simple belly rub, or it could be, wave, or high five, or play tug of war with your owner, or it could be like play the piano, or something fancy that like roll over, or beg. But anyway, that's really a fun sign, so be real creative when you come up with what you're going to do for that sign in class.
So then after sign 6, we're going to have another left turn. Then we come to sign 8, which is halt, sit, down.
Down. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Down. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes.
On this sign, halt means to sit, and we're going to sit at our owner's left side, just in the heel position. Then she will say, or he will say, down, and we'll lie down, so our whole body's on the ground, even our elbows. We wait a second, and then she says, or he says, forward, and we resume our walking. Now, the halt is eventually going to be something automatic. So anytime our owner stops walking, then we go into a sit position automatically. But in rally, they can always give a separate sit command for this. In fact, mine always does just before she stops. And her footwork really helps me with this.
And at the party, the next sign, sign number 9, will be a 360-degree right.
So we'll start with the first one here, which is 360 to the right. And what that is you actually make a full circle with going towards the right, and it means the dog is on the outside. Ursula, ready? Let's go. This way. Boop, boop, boop. So I'm keeping the leash short this way, and I'm getting her to come with me with my voice. So we'll go to the next one, which is just moving at a slow pace.
Then we'll come to sign 10, which is going to turn us around and to go to the opposite direction. It's called About Turn Right.
Usually signs are to your right side. Remember that rule where you want to protect your dog from the sign, or maybe it's protect the sign from the dog. But change of direction signs will be right in front of you. So the about turn is a 180-degree turn to the right. So you'll be approaching the sign, which is in front of you. You'll turn to the right to face back the way you just came. It helps when my owner turns her head to the right and brings her shoulders along with her. Kind of pretends like her neck and shoulders are fused together so they move in unison while she turns at the waist. And her footwork really helps too. When my owner is precise with the footwork, it really helps.
Dancing beat. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Let me get you on your dancing beat. Hi everyone, I'm your best friend, back in town again. Let me get you on your dancing beat.
Now, the next sign, sign 11, is my favorite sign ever. It's call front, finish left, sit. I just think it looks like Baryshnikov or someone from the American Ballet Theater dancing. Here's KK learning this sign. It's pretty brand new to her, so her owner is still using a barrier, the bookshelves there, or when she's outside she'll use a little wall or fence to try to get her to sit straight.
Come front. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Can you come closer? Come closer. I'll put my legs apart. You can come closer. There you go. That's good. Can you sit real straight? Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Girl, good girl, good girl. Come front. Sit. Real straight. Right here, right here. That's better. Yes, very good. Very good, Kiki, come front. Step back. Pull her right here. She sits. Good job. So take a big step back, right arm, pull her in right there. There you go. Nice. Kiki. Kiki, come front. Sit. Nice. Kiki, finish. Sit. Nice job. Good job. All right, now no. Come on. Come front. Sit. That's cricket. Come front. And you can put your feet apart and treat right here, and that helps straighten it out if there's a problem. But eventually you want to be able to have your feet together like that. All right, finish. So I'm taking my hand, and then I kind of have a barrier right here that helps keep her straight, but she really needs to be a little closer ideally. Like it'd be ideal. Sit. Right here would be so perfect. Yes. Yes, you're so good, KK.
So I'm really good at the last sign of the course, which is slow pace. So I can just waddle across the finish line. Sometimes when I get to the finish line, my owner will jackpot and give me tons of treats, and she always gives me lots of loving and some toy playing. So when you actually pass by the finish sign, this is when the course timing stops. If you're doing an actual trial, they time you. That way, if you had a tie in the score, the person with the faster time would win.
But in first place, with a score of 98, Dog and Handler Team 103. That's good work.
But we sure hope you can all join us for the Corndog Crudite and Cola Party. We're going to have more fun.